Hello everybody and welcome to some more Trevin Reed content. Today we're going to review this right here, this mini game anniversary edition entertainment system, built-in 620 classic games. So I'm pretty sure this is going to have a bunch of Nintendo games like Nintendo bootlegs on it. Considering that the last Famiclone I reviewed, which was the Super Joy 3, was kind of a bust, I'm not really looking forward to this one a whole bunch either. But I will say, the lady who sold me this was incredibly nice. So whoever you were, I can't thank you enough. You were incredibly nice to me when you sold it to me, and you gave me a good deal on this. I only paid $20 for this. So this is probably, well, this is definitely cheaper than the PBS Kids DVD player. I think just about everything I reviewed here has been cheaper than that. So anyways, even though I'm not looking forward to this too much, I'm gonna open this up and we're gonna take a look at it and see what we got. All right, so yes, here it is in the flesh, the mini game anniversary edition. I don't know which anniversary it was, but yeah, classic games collection, game handle of plug and play right there. And it does have AV out, so that means I can actually hook this up to the DVD player and rip some footage from there, like I did the last one. It's kind of weird that this has AV out. You'd expect this to have strictly HDMI or something, but I give them props for at least including AV out for those, you know, who still happen to have, like, you know, CRTs and all that stuff and still have to go old-fashioned with video games. There's like a little sticker right there. This is made in China. So there's not really much, you know, talking about on the exterior itself. You guys gotta love that sound of the plastic. Let's open her up. Okay, so this isn't half bad on impression. This isn't that bad as far as the way that the box was designed and stuff. So we got two Nintendo controllers right there. That looks pretty cool. And we do have the AV cables right there. We also have AC adapter. Can't go wrong with AC adapter. And we also have here the console in the flesh right here. Entertainment system. Two buttons. We got reset and power right there. If you go to the back here, so there's no HDMI. I actually was expecting there to be at least an HDMI port, but there's just only the AV out and the part for the AC adapter. And from the looks of it, it just looks like a regular, like, standard AC adapter, so you can just kind of hook, I guess, any other, like, phone charger to it or Android phone charger to it. And this does have COM ports on it. You know, that makes me wonder, unless if it's the same size, if that Sega Genesis controller works with this from the Super Joy 3, but I don't know. And let's see, we got, okay, so here's the user manual right there, which they spelled manual wrong. And they also forgot the A in anniversary. So this is obviously bootleg for sure. Didn't even spell video right there. Yep. So I don't know if you guys got a good look at all the spelling errors and English and all that on this one-page manual or whatever it is, but yeah. basically that's all the instructions they give you before you can go ahead and play the entertainment system. So yeah, let's go ahead and hook up the entertainment system. Let's go out there and play it. I do want to tell you guys that the Sega Genesis controller from the Super Joy 3, that does actually work with this, which is pretty impressive that that controller does work with this. The only thing is it's actually pretty hard to play this console with that controller, but that controller does function with this, just in case if anybody was wondering that. I highly doubt it, but you know, regardless, that does function. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and just put in the regular Nintendo controller that it comes with so that we can play these games accurately to some kind of fashion. So that way, like I said, we can just play these games accurately. Let me go ahead and plug that controller in to the thing. I'm probably going to end up cutting all this stuff out. If I don't, then I guess you guys can just listen to this for your own self-amusement, or for my own self-amusement, you know. So I'm going to go ahead and plug the controller in. Now let's turn the console back on. Alright, we are back on. We are back on with Contras 1 through 8. So that means there's obviously, like I said, some bootleg games on here. Sorry, I'm eating something right now, so I'm real sharp, I'm smacking. But I'm gonna go in, but so what's really weird about the menu, or the controller so far, is that you do have to press start for every game, which isn't too weird. We're going to start off with Super Mario because I always like to try that out every time I get one of these bootleg consoles. As you can see, I died. That's great. But yeah, it's Super Mario Brothers, and it's running in PAL. It's running in PAL, which is always great, because it makes it a little harder for me to play this game in PAL format, because it moves faster than the NTSC. So I guess if you want a challenging way for North Americans to play Super Mario, then play it on this thing. Or the Super Joy 3. Alright. But so far it's like I'm having deja vu. I mean, it's playable. It is definitely playable. And I'll give it this, the video quality is slightly better than the Super Joy 3. Okay, I can't do that. But so far, you know, I'm having some deja vu with the Super Joy 3 and this, just in terms of the way that they parallel. But I, so far, am enjoying this slightly better than Super Joy 3. Slightly better. I mean, the controller, I'd say, is a lot better. It's a lot better playing with these with, like, a fake NES controller, as opposed to playing these with, like, a, you know, with a bootleg N64 controller. Alright, well that was Super Mario. Let's see what else we could play. Well, we got, I'm gonna save some of the bootlegs for later. We got Ninja Gaiden, which obviously they mean Ninja Gaiden. They got Ninja Turtles 2. They don't have Ninja Turtles 1. I'm surprised they don't have Ninja Turtles 1. Well, let's go back to that. Like I said, I still have to get used to pressing start for all the games. Alright, so we got Ninja Turtles 2. I'm surprised they don't have Ninja Turtles 1, but they do have the second one, which you'd obviously want. I'm going to play as Raphael with the Sai. Alright. You know, I'll be honest, the first Ninja Turtles game on the NES, I won't go as far to say that it's a great game, but I don't think that game is that terrible. You know the problem with that game is that that game is just really unforgiving in its difficulty. Because, like, the graphics and, like, the music
and the gameplay isn't all that bad. You know, if that game was just like a little more forgiving with like the lives and stuff, I think that game would be held as a Nintendo classic, because it is playable. It's not like an unplayable game. I mean, there are games that are way worse on Nintendo than Ninja Turtles. I played that game because I have like the Nintendo Switch version, or when they released it in the compilation, like the Cowabunga Classics. Oh shoot, I always forget about that. But this was kind of like, I think, the game that really set the well, not this one, because this is kind of just a take on the arcade game. Because you'll notice, like, a lot of the Turtles games that released sort of after, like, this one are sort of in that same style. I think, like, the first Ninja Turtles game I ever played was on the Game Boy Advance, and it was a, it was basically like the, it was based on the 2003 TV series. And it was kind of like this, but that game I remember had, like, puzzles and side-scrolling levels. So there are a couple other things you could do, as opposed to just punching and kicking. But yeah, this so far is a fun time I'm having with this console. More so than the Super Joy 3. Because the Super Joy 3 was very limited in its games. And also, having to play those games on an N64 controller was not a fun experience. So, you know. And this doesn't come with like a gun or anything like that. But I'd be interested to see if there were any games that have light detection on them. Okay, we wait for those. Not gonna make that same mistake again. The Pizza Hut product placement I always thought was really amusing in this game. Now I'm almost about to lose one life, so... Yep, I lost my life. That's great. And they always start you off right in the middle of the thing. I have to get used to the controls, too, because I forget that B is the attack and A is the jump. For some reason, I think they're the same button. I don't know why. I'm not that familiar with Nintendo NES controls. Like I said, I didn't really grow up on the NES, you know? So I'm still learning a lot of this stuff, which I don't think a lot of you expect me to. Alright, well that game functions. Let's see what other games we have on here. Hot Blood Story. I'm pretty sure that's one of the bootleg ones. I'm trying to save all the bootleg ones for later. They got Donkey Kong. So it has actually some of the same games from the last bootleg, like Galaga. And Pac-Man. Wonder where this music's from. So I'm just going through all the games real quick just to look at them before we get to the really weird ones. Because it says like 620 games on the box, so, you know, as I'm just looking through all the names and stuff. Goonies. Kung Fu Mario, Story of Mario, Hero Mario, wow. Those are some games, huh? Tank B, C, and D. Cat and Mouse, Tom and Jerry. Oh, this is some weird console. And then they just repeat. Yep, that's how they get you. Is that they have like maybe half of the games listed on there. And then the other ones are just repeats. Wow. You know, they're kind of limited as far as the Mario games, because as far as the menu's concerned, they don't have Mario 3 or 2. So they're definitely missing out on that. Yeah, the games do look pretty limited. Adventure Island, which just says Adventure on it. That's weird. Game I never grew up with. Never grew up with this game. I know what it is, but this is a game I'm not that familiar with. So, yay. Ah, dodging all the stuff. Oop. Ah, I missed out. Ah. Oh, and I died right on the thing. Alright. Let's do Contra. Oh, well, well, it takes me to another menu. It's almost like a debug menu for Contra, which is super, super bizarre. Wow, this is a little bizarre. Yeah, it's almost like a debug menu for Contra. That's, weird. You know I'm not that great at Contra, right? For some reason, every time I think about this game, I always get these flashbacks to this old YouTube video review I've seen of Contra. This old review of Contra, man. And boy, does that take me back to the past. That takes me back to a certain area of YouTube that no longer exists. You know? Like, don't you miss the days of YouTube when it was just like people, when the Angry Game Nerd was kind of the biggest YouTuber at the time as far as video game reviewing? Because there were other people doing it too, but not really as like, and they probably weren't as well known as the Angry Game Nerd, but, you know, the Angry Game Nerd was like the biggest one, and everybody back then was trying to be Angry Game Nerd. They all had like those, you know, really, you know, terrible emulators at the time that were always really buggy. And, you know, like they always never knew how to play the game, the people, or they never really had a respect for the game. You know, so they always like you see how bad I'm playing Contra, right? Now, imagine if I was in a different reality, right? In that 2008 reality, and I would be like, man, this game sucks. You know, this game is bad, the controls are bad. You know, the music, you know, the music is terrible. It's like diarrhea or something like that. You know, like that's how it was back then. I mean, like, and it's funny, I wonder a lot of times where those people are today, not to make fun of them, but just to wonder at the time what it was like to make that video. You know, because there was just a lot of people back then who just made that same kind of review, where it was like, look at me, I'm playing a game, we're gonna play this Nintendo game, and it's bad. Even if it wasn't that bad. I mean, a lot of times, like, you know, maybe they'll read the comments or something like that, or the person will read the comments, and then, like, they'll get all these negative comments, and they'll always be like, well, I was trying to make a parody of the Angry Game Nerd, you know? Like, they didn't really mean it at the time. They probably just never even, you know, took it as serious. Alright, shoot. I really want to try some other games before I get onto the bootleg stuff, because, I'm already looking at the menus, and I'm like, yep, there's some bootleg on there. Let's try Tiny Toons. Again, a game I have never played. Tiny Toon Adventures. Never played this one. Watched the cartoon, I think when it aired on like Nicktoons Network, which was such a weird, well, not a weird, but like kind of strange for them to play that. You know? 'Cause I'm pretty sure people are more, millennials would be more familiar with watching Tiny Toons on Fox Kids or something. I will say for like a Nintendo collection, I do feel like they are, again, limited in the game department. Because, like, again, I don't see Metroid and I don't see Zelda anywhere. I guess those games take up more memory as far as like a Nintendo game, you know. So, it's probably a lot easier to like port games like these because they probably don't take up as much memory. I will say the video quality is not bad. The video quality looks better than I'd expect it to look. Again, I am playing this on a CRT, so I don't know what this looks within. Well, it doesn't have an HDMI port, so obviously it wouldn't, you know, look all that great with the HDMI. You'd have to use some kind of converter or something like that. Gotta love old Nintendo games like these when they just have like the theme song, like an 8-bit transition or rendition of the theme song, because it gets stuck in your head after a while. Like all day you'll be like da 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 da, you know. Like you'll be going to bed and that's all you hear is just the 8-bit Tiny Toons theme song. Alright, so I got 2 extra lives. Oh boy. Oh, I thought that jump was going to be really hard. You know these Nintendo games, they don't play with those jumps. Ah, and I'm back to the beginning of the stage. Oh, that's great. Ah, alright. Well, that was enough of that one. That's a, so far, a fun game. Never played it. For a game I've never played. What else do we got on here? We got Balloon Fight, but we had Balloon Fight on the last one. And Circus Charlie. Alright, let's play Donkey Kong. You gotta love... Oh, no! Ah, you gotta be kidding me. Oh, that's great. Anybody out there know Game Boy, the Game Boy version of Donkey Kong? That game is pretty intense for like a Game Boy game. Like it had all those levels and like it has regular Donkey Kong and then it has like all these other levels to it. And the music in that game is very underrated. Like that game had some really impressive music for Game Boy. When I died. Alright. Alright. It's time to get on... Time to get onto the bootlegs. Let's try Mario 10. Boy, Mario 10. I can't wait for this one. Yeah, this looks like an official Mario... Wow. Wow. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god! Oh no! No! Oh god! Oh, it looks horrible. It looks so cringe and like it looks just wrong. Like Super Mario is Jackie Chan. Yeah, because my favorite part in Rumble in the Bronx is where Super Mario comes into like the store and beats up everybody. Do you guys remember that movie Rush Hour with Super Mario and the guy from Friday? Yeah, like that was a good one. And let's not forget all the other great movies Super Mario did, like Twin Dragons and you know movies like Dragons Forever and The Drunken Master 2. Like all those great movies that Super Mario did. You know, all those great movies. I'm not even paying attention to the game. I can't get over this. Like, it just feels so wrong playing this. I feel it just feels so wrong. Like, and it just looks wrong. Like, playing this. Like, it just feels wrong. Like, playing this game with... Like, it just... You know something's off when you play this. And sometimes I wonder, how many kids grew up and were like... Whoa, Super Mario fighting a tiger? Holy moly. Speaking of tigers, you guys remember that movie Double Team where Jean-Claude has to save his newborn infant from a tiger? Yeah, I'm pretty sure you guys did. But can you believe this? Super Mario fought a tiger? Whoa, watch out for those, what are those, nunchucks? Whoa, look at that, that's a lot of fish. Yeah, that's a lot of fish. That's Super Mario fighting frogs and fish. Yeah, killing frogs and fighting fish. Like, what a Super Mario game. And what are those, nunchucks? When he ducks, the duck just looks weird. Like, it looks like his head is just over his, like, body. Like, the head is bigger than, like, his body. Like, I can't get over this. I mean, like I said, playing this just feels wrong. Like, playing this, you just feel like something is wrong. Like, the world just doesn't make any sense anymore. You know? Like, you're just like, what the hell is this? Is this monstrosity? Can you walk right past it? Okay, you could hit it. Ah, great. Yeah, do you remember this Super Mario game when he's fighting this, like, demon or whatever it is? Alright, I'm gonna reset. Let's see what else. Well, that was a trip, wasn't it? It was like they were on drugs or something. Let's play Mario 12. Okay, this looks like... Oh, this is Yoshi's Cookie. This is Yoshi's Cookie. You're not fooling anybody. Mario 12. Yoshi's Cookie. Give me a break. I don't even know what I'm doing here. I've never played this one either. I'm sorry, folks. I mean, some of these games, like, I guess... Is this like a Tetris thing? Okay, I guess it's kind of like a half Tetris thing. Something like that. Okay, never mind. But it's Yoshi's Cookie. You believe that? Okay, well, Yoshi's Cookie was Mario 12. Well, it's Mario 14. Is Mario 14... Well, is Mario 14 Mario 3? More of this bootleg Mario game with these cutscenes in them, which are pretty elaborate for Nintendo. Now, true story about this game, the actual game was never released here in the States. So all they did was just take Super Mario and put him on this game that was never released. My favorite part of this is, like, this kid gets this paper. Yeah, the Koopalings have taken over the Mushroom Kingdom. Okay, he's telling you to go to hotels. That's what Bowser's telling you. And he turns into Super Mario 1993 Wario. Yeah, hey kids, did you know that the movie Groundhog Day came out the same year that Super Mario 14 was released? What a time to be alive in 1993. Oh my gosh. And there's just something morbid about this. Like I said, like this is cursed beyond repair. This is cursed beyond repair. Like, this is the world I live in. I'm playing Super Mario 14. And I gotta collect keys. There sure are a crap load of, what do you call those? Koopa Troopers. Watch out for the spiked, what do you call those? Goombas? Come on, get up there. Get up there. Well, I guess I have to go back. It looks like there's some delay, too, on this, but I guess this is the PAL. I guess considering that this game was never released. Ah, great. Respawning enemies, too. You gotta love the respawning enemies. I mean, don't you love it when you have a Nintendo game like this and the enemies respawn? I did the high jump. And it's so cursed because sometimes, like, Super Mario, he changes to, like, the actual character. Look at that. Look at this. It's like looking into a mirror, only not. Ugh. And I can't make this jump. Wow. Hey, look at me. Look at me. Who am I? You know, there's one part where you gotta make this high jump, but I can't get over the freaking thing. Come on, get up there. Get up there. And I got some kind of power up. There we go. I did a parkour off of there. Yay, I did it. I did it, Mom. Oh, great. I mean, Oh, that's great. I'm not gonna lie, this game is not great, making a good impression on me, honestly. It really isn't, the actual game I'm talking about, because it just feels like the platforms are so far away from where you have to jump. And I know Nintendo games like these, you know, like this and Ninja Gaiden have like a lot of precision, but Ninja Gaiden, like playing that, you at least can get a feel for how that plays, as opposed to this, because it just feels like sometimes you just don't grab on the platforms. I don't know. See, there I go back to the... Well, I mean, like I said, you could see the face. It's just so awkward. I'm literally shaking. It's so creepy. You know what I mean? It's really creepy. There's something just really creepy about this whole thing. You know? You know? Well, that's great. Now we're back to having to make that jump. That's great. Too many enemies. Way too many enemies. Like, the enemy placement just makes no sense. I mean, I understand, like, the Koopas on the thing, but why the Koopas... why the Koopas on the ground? Like, so many of them. Oh my god. Alright, I've had enough of this game. Alright, well that was strange. That's kind of it for like the Super Mario bootlegs, only 3 of them. Wow. And one of them wasn't even really a bootleg. Let's see the Contras. I mean, there's not really 8 Contras. There's Contra Force, that's an actual game. This was like very different for a Contra game, because I think this one wasn't originally a Contra game. Like, it was a different Capcom game or something like that. Or not Capcom, like Konami. And then, like, I think they turned it into Contra. And I think this game's pretty notorious for the amount of lag. For, like, a Nintendo game. Man, like there's, it just feels like you're controlling on molasses or something. Ugh. Well, I got that guy. Whoa, that scared me. I'm not gonna lie, that actually kind of scared me. So this was Contra 3 I clicked on, I think. Well, I'm surprised I didn't kill him. Oh wow, you got this like chicken run setup here. You remember that scene when they're in the pie machine? That's what it reminds me of. That's why I made that comparison. Ah, come on. There you go. Oh, no. Ah. Alright. Yeah, I think that was Contra 3, right? Let me click on it again. Yep, Contra 3. Alright, I just had to double check. But hey, there's no Contra 4 and 5, but let's go to Contra 6! Oh, and yeah, and this is that bootleg Contra. With Rambo! Yeah, with Rambo! You ever play a Contra game with Rambo in it? Yeah, with Rambo. Yeah. Well, I guess it's probably slightly better than the Rambo game on Nintendo, but I've never actually played that game, so... You know, I can't say much about it. Again, there's just something morbid about this. There's just something really morbid about this whole thing. We already just played this, so let's play Contra 7. So that brings us Contra 7. Come on, baby. I think this was the bootleg Contra I was thinking of. Yeah! Yeah! Yeah, you know, there's something about playing this that just makes you feel like sinking into a puddle of mud, okay? Or eating like soggy toast. You know, I mean, there's just no way that you could deceive anybody into thinking that this is just Contra. You know, like you just play this and you're just like, yeah, there's something off about this. You know, there's just something not right about this, you know? Like something just feels surreal about this, you know? Like that's what I get with bootleg stuff. Like I just know. Like I just have this that music. It just sounds like they're just hitting random notes on the piano. I mean, the game's over. You just go home, piano player. You don't have to do this for us. You don't have to do this for us. This music's schizophrenia. I'm sorry if to all the schizophrenic people out there, but that's what I think of when I think of this music. This should have been the score to Words on Bathroom Walls. But yeah, I mean, you play this. Like I said, it just feels like soggy toast, or soggy wet socks that you're wearing in the morning before school or something. Like it just does not feel like Contra at all, at all. Ugh. And you think I'm bad at regular Contra? I mean, look at this. I can't even get past this screen. There's too many enemies. You know, too many enemies. Too many enemies. All right. Enough of that. That music was going to give me a hemorrhoid. Oh, wow, what's this? Wow, what the heck is this? Contra 8? Contra 8? Contra 8? And it's a top-down shooter? Why have I never heard of this? Where's this Contra game? Contra 8? Are you telling me that there was a Contra 8? A top-down game named Contra 8? I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Wow. Oh, okay, I'll grab the thing. Wow. Wow. I'm just shooting right through whatever that is. Maybe that's... Oh no, that's a shield! I got a shield! Wow. Wow, look at that. I'm dodging all the enemies. Whoa. Ah! Look at that. Wow, look at how many enemies. Holy moly. Wow, look at that. There are so many enemies. And all you gotta do... And this is one of those great Nintendo games where you don't even need a turbo controller. You just hold down the button. And there you go. You're just off. Ah, shoot. Oh, no, I'm walking into the spot you're not supposed to walk in. I think about the boss. Oh, and I got hit. That's great. Oh, come on. Can I get the boss, please? Wow. 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 This is weird. I'm trying to hit the boss. All I'm trying to do is hit the boss. And obviously I'm not doing a good job at this. I'm gonna die anyways. It's like not registering any of the attacks, but that makes sense. Probably shooting right through them. Am I supposed to shoot these things down here? I don't know. Alright, enough of that. Alright, well that wasn't too bad. Let's see what else we got on here. This music, not too bad. I kind of like this music. Awful Rushing? What's this one? Awful Rushing. Ah. Yep. They weren't lying. They were not lying. Whoa. Out of the way. Whoa, I died. Alright, let's go. I died again. Alright, enough of that one. I'm gonna have to look up some of these games later on. Because, yeah, some of them look pretty familiar. Bugs War. Like, what am I supposed to do here? Is this like, oh, this is like, Minesweeper, right? Yeah, this is like Minesweeper. Okay. Not too bad, I guess, but it's Minesweeper. I thought this would have been something else. Alright, well, I got one bug in the beginning. Again, I'm going through these games, like, really quickly. Just because, like I said, the games repeat. So I'm just trying to find whether the games on the titles, you know, really stand out. Because, I feel like we're already getting into some of the repeats, actually. Because I've seen Ninja 2, like, twice. Because really, in hindsight, it only has, like 300 games as opposed to 600. See, Mouse Hero, Mouse Snare. You know, I'm gonna go for Nutcracky because it's Christmas. This is gonna be the last game, Nutcracky. Yep, Nutcracky. Wow. Wow, this screen is so basic. So I guess that's the princess. What am I supposed to do? And the hit detection's horrible. I was like away from the mouse that time. I mean, the hit detection is so bad. Like, you can stand this way at the side of the screen, right? Okay, I got the princess. I gotta tell you guys, this game kind of stinks. Graphics are terrible. Music is god-awful. I mean, the music is almost on par with, like... Yeah, that game stunk. Dracula. It's supposed to be Dracula? I don't even know what to do. Let's see. Oh look, Aladdin 3! They skipped Aladdin 1 and 2, but we got Aladdin 3! Yeah, Aladdin 3. So I guess this is King of Thieves. Now Return of Jafar. Oh yeah, now this is a classic Nintendo bootleg. You'll see this one a lot in like a lot of Nintendo compilations and stuff. Oh, and I died. That's great. Yeah, my favorite part of Aladdin King of Thieves is where Aladdin, he's on like the magic carpet and he's fighting like bees and these weird like Goombas with the capes on them. You know, that was a great scene in Aladdin King of Thieves, wasn't it? Yeah, totally great. Boring as hell game, by the way. I gotta be honest with you. Boring. I'm surprised I didn't die. By the way, every time you pause this game, the music restarts. So that wonderful music that you heard in the beginning of the game just restarts every time you hit pause. So if you just wanted to hear that music again, don't worry, you can just pause it and it'll start right back from the beginning. Wonderful. Wonderful. Love that music so much. Listen to it again. Oh, I loved it again. You know what? I forgot about that last second. Hold on. Great, and I got 2 lives left. And like I said, boring game, because there's not really much variety in this game at all. Like, the thing with the camels in the background, you just look at that for the whole entire game, and there you go. Toy Factory. Well, what is this game? Oh, is this one of those puzzle kind of games? Oh, not these kind of games. Yeah, it is. And I guess they go in here because it's the blue one. Oh, I missed it. Well, I got one. Well, it's hard to, like, dodge the ones that don't go into the right thing. There's no way to dodge them at all. Okay, well, I got some of them. It's hard because, like, it moves so fast. And they always seem to land on, like, the right... on, like, the most convenient spot. Never mind. Game stinks. Porter. Porter. Yeah, I'm a little disappointed with this game. When I think of Porter, I think of 1999's Payback. I don't really think about a guy moving in a bunch of boxes in their respective spots. But who is that to blame? Me, obviously. 'Cause, you know, I'm stupid enough to play a game like Porter. Oh, great, I trapped myself. That's great. Kind of stuff you play on the site Cool Math Games, but whereas Cool Math Games is like fun to play, this kind of isn't. By the way, I got the box stuck, so... well, never mind, the game resets anyways. Which I was going to do anyways. Games are just like really boring on here. Oh wow, Spider-Man! What's Spider-Man 1? Oh. Oh my god! What is this? Well, it's definitely Spider-Man. How do you shoot? Okay, well, Spider-Man just goes to the next screen. Okay, so you hold A to shoot, which is really confusing, actually, in my opinion. Some music. This does not sound like any Spider-Man music I've ever heard of. Wow. Wow. I'm actually shocked. So there's a little bit more to this console than I thought there was going to be, honestly. Because I didn't see the Spider-Man game until now. It is so morbid. Because the Spider-Man games on, like, Nintendo was like the LJN one, where you're fighting like the Sinister Six. So, I don't know what this is. The graphics... they're not great, but I won't say they're the worst things I've ever seen. I've had enough of that one. That was bizarre. Spider-Man. So what's Spider-Man 2 like? Let's see what Spider-Man 2 is like. Okay, that sounds a little bit more like the Spider-Man that I'm familiar with. And Spider-Man's fighting, I guess that's Doc Ock. Because that's what it kind of looks like, is Doc Ock. But, I mean, I can't tell from the TV. What the heck? I've never heard... what is this? I mean, this is so weird. Playing this game. My voice is, like, cracking because I'm in such amusement of this Spider-Man game. And Spider-Man looks like he's throwing snowballs and not even spider webs. I guess you just gotta keep hitting them. Gosh, this is so boring. This is so boring. Come on, is he dead? Is he dead? Is he dead? Come on, die. Yay, we killed, I think that was Doc Ock. And you just fight him again. Wow. I think it's Doc Ock. I can't even tell through the TV. Cannot tell through the TV. Cannot tell through the TV. I'm gonna try a different game. Okay, well that was really strange, that Spider-Man game. Oh boy, remember Police versus Thief? Remember this game? Oh wow, it is Police versus Thief! Violent chasing. Okay, so this is what that game was supposed to be, I guess, on the Super Joy 3. I guess I'm the policeman. It doesn't say anything. There's no music, or for that matter, any kind of, like, audio. 4. Okay, we got a countdown. Catch out. Catch out? What the heck? Also, it looks like there's certain borders missing, because every time you go through the, like, streets, like, the car just, like, disappears. Okay, well, there's a sound effect there. Wow. Collect the oil. That sound effect was right out of Bible games when I, like, collected the oil. I have no idea what I'm supposed to do. So I guess I'm not supposed to be caught by the thief? Yeah, that sound effect sounds like it's from Bible games. Yeah, that sound effect sounds like Bible games. That's what it reminds me of. Man. Controls are, Okay, I really didn't know what to do in that game, honestly. It's hard playing a lot of these Nintendo games without, like, instructions or anything like that. It's not that I'm trying to play these games bad on purpose, it's just that I really don't know what to do in a lot of these games, honestly. And it's weird because there's, like, real games on here, and then there's just a lot of strange ones on here, ones I've never heard of. Like City Connection right here. That's a real game. This is a real game. Real game. You can play City Connection. Look at that, City Connection. Good old City Connection. You get the high jump. Okay, so the high jump is by holding A. Nothing hard about that. Yay. It looks pretty good. I will say for like a bootleg console, this does look actually quite good. On this CRT at least. Like graphically, it doesn't look that bad. There hasn't been any serious glitches I've had with this console so far. And I just hit the cat. That's not good. Is it just me, or does the beginning of this song sound like the beginning of Run, Rudolph, Run? That same riff, you know? Maybe nobody gets that. Speaking of, like, old Nintendo reviews, there's, like, a review I saw of this game. That was from, like, 2008 or something like that, and the guy was always like, but this game is really bad. You know, this game is, like, the worst game ever. You know, the kind of stuff that people used to do back then. And that stuff makes me laugh. Unintentionally, but, you know, it really does make me laugh. It really shows how far we've come here on YouTube as far as, like, you know, the way that people review stuff. Because nowadays you'd find people more sophisticated willing to talk about City Connection for, like, a whole YouTube video. And they'll even talk about, like, all the other versions. Like, there's, like, a online version or something like that of City Connection that you could play for free. Trying to get the last thing on there, but I gotta miss the cop cars, and now I'm piled in between the both of them, and I died. Ah, man, boy am I a loser. Boy am I a loser. But I think we're pretty close to final thoughts. I mean, I shot about an hour of footage, so I think that's pretty much all I need before I can really give my final judgment. So let's go on to final thoughts, shall we? Alright.
right, so yeah, the mini game anniversary edition. I can't say that this was an absolute terribly, terrible system or waste of time. Honestly, I will tell you guys, I enjoyed this a lot more than I thought I was going to. The games are just really bizarre, but the games actually look pretty nice for a CRT and for like an AV input. The games look pretty good. I will say the games looked okay. They looked better than I thought they were going to look. They played fine. The controller was a little stiff, but the controller was still playable. And the sheer amazement of the bootleg stuff was just so weird. I mean, that Spider-Man bootleg I've never seen, and, some of those Mario bootlegs are just so weird. I mean, that Jackie Chan one alone was just like, I'm probably going to have nightmares over the over that Super Mario thing. But other than that, I thought this was at least worthy of a 2 out of 5. And I'm going to tell you why it's so low, because there still is a lot of repeat games. And you're still limited as far as to what games you can play, because there is no Metroid and there's no Zelda. I guess those games take up more space and more storage. But the thing is like, if you're going to go through the trouble of finding like bootleg, like Nintendo games, why not include some official ones like Zelda and Metroid? I assume they probably can't be that much harder to bootleg than some of the other like Konami games they have on here. So that's limited on its own, and the bootleg stuff isn't really all that great anyways, because, that Aladdin game was pretty bad. I mean, that was just incredibly boring. Like, I mean, that is like boredom as far as like the Nintendo library is concerned. The most boring game for the Nintendo is Aladdin 3, although that game comes in all kinds of different shapes and sizes and forms. But I mean, you still do get Super Mario, but you get the PAL version of Super Mario, which makes it a little harder for me to play because I'm not really familiar with that Super Mario. It moves too fast for me. And I know that's kind of a sorry thing to say, but, I mean, if you were used to watching a movie that's in PAL format and then you watch it in NTSC, then you would feel the same way about the music. But I don't know. Maybe that's just me nitpicking, I guess. But honestly, yeah, for a bootleg console, it was very bizarre and very weird. But I would say it's not the worst thing I reviewed. I liked it better than the Super Joy 3, and I slightly liked it a little more than the TV Go-Go. But, given that this was only $20, I'm a lot more lenient on it too, because it was an incredibly cheap price for this thing. And like I said, the lady who sold it to me was very nice, so thank you to whoever you were, mystery lady, I forget your name, but you were incredibly nice when you sold me this, so, I could give points there. But otherwise, I would say it's just another Nintendo bootleg console. It doesn't try anything super crazy or super weird, except for those bootleg games, but you can probably find all kinds of ROMs on the internet for those bootleg games, and honestly, playing them in this fashion isn't really even a fashion I would really recommend. And I probably wouldn't recommend those games either in the bootleg form, because they're just super bizarre. I mean, like that Super Mario with the Jackie Chan on it, like I'm telling you, that something about that just creeps me out. Alright, but I think that's going to end this video on the mini game anniversary edition. So until I find some more weird bootleg stuff out there on the market, this is Trevin Reed signing off. So see you somewhere in the near future, maybe in like 20 years or something like that.